Hi, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate all of you being here on this Saturday. Alongside, as all of you know, Jan from New York City saves money.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Jan is alongside. Um, well, I have, I'm not really sure, about where we're going to go with this, but one of the main topics behind this, this airing for today is ways that you can save money around your home and little things that you can do, to help cut back. So I'm going to mention um, three tips, and then I know you've got one that I'm going to revert back over to you on. So
Perfect.
just okay. So to start with, a good way to cut back and save some money is to do this right here. Go through your belongings and consider selling or donating. Um, as time goes by, we have things laying around that, well, I might get to that next month, or I might have a use for this, or I might have a use for that. 6, 8 months, a year and a half, 2 years goes by, but you don't do anything. It just sits in the closet or sits on a shelf, and it just sits there and sits there and sits there. That's the time to go through and consider parting ways with it. If somebody else can use it, because do consider giving it to somebody else. Why? Because that item could be of more value to them than it is you. Who knows? It could be an item that they've been looking for years and years and years, and you just happen to have one in your possession.
Good
Um,
point.
right. Donating is not a bad thing, but donating, I would consider donating things that might not bring in a lot of money, things that that may not be of the same value as something you would sell. But donating is also another good option to consider. You know, you know, I guess if you had like an overage of glassware or plates, eating utensils and things like that, I guess you could probably consider donating that, or keep it for yourself. That gives you a little bit of something to go on. My next one is a pretty good one. This is really good, I think. Look through your bills and see if it gives any leeway to cut back or reduce that bill. um, Electric is one of them. I mean, even though a lot of people use that equal payment plan where your bill stays about the same throughout from month to month. But let's say in this one big one, and a lot of people still have it, I'm thinking, but you can also stream now, and it's much cheaper to go this route because you have a lot of apps. You've got Fire Sticks and Roku and other means that you can go to get um, TV content. But if you do happen to have a cable bill, look at it. Look at what channels that you have. Look at what channels you can do without. Look it over. Well, I don't watch this. I don't watch that. I like this. I like that. This I could care less for. I could care less for that. Um, and then consider calling, you know, your cable and say, look, I said, I need to go ahead and find a way to lower my bill. It's, because if you even lower it 20, 25, 30 a month, think about this. 30 a month at the end of a year is $360 that you're putting back in your hand. You think about it now, oh, but $30, that's not much money. Maybe not right now, but if you look further down the line, even 6 months, it's 180. You know, I just threw that number out. It could be a little higher. It could be that. It could, but even if it is $20, that's still 240. It's something. So, yes, consider highly going over your bills and seeing what you can do to cut back. Um, like, for example, when Janet and I record our videos, we have to have an internet signal. That's like our right hand. You have to have it. But if you have the best internet that they offer, do you necessarily have to have the best one? Or can you drop back and, let's say, save $15 a month? Again, just throwing the number out. But even, even at that, you're still saving what, $180 at the end of a year, because 6 months is 90 plus 90 is 180. So, yeah, look over your bills, see what you can do. Try to find a way to get those bills cut down if in any way possible. Now, the third one is really good, and this is where Janet will start talking. It has to do with bottled water costs. Consider purchasing a Brita water filtration. So I know, Janet, you were.
Thank you so much, Steve.
You're
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Always a pleasure to be on your show, Steve. Especially on a Saturday afternoon, we get together and have your cup of coffee and chill out. And that is what I did one day when I said, "What else can I do to increase my income?" Well, I'll be increasing my income by not spending so much, not depriving. Steve, can I tell you something? As I sit here in this chair recording with you at this exact very moment, I am literally awaiting a possible doorbell ring for delivery of my brand new Brita pitcher. Now, I know I talked about this at length. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to my show from this morning's upload if you haven't heard of it or whatever. Steve, if you could link that in your description, I really would
okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And what happened was, remember myself with the washing machine thing, Steve? Guess what? This Sunday makes $70. I already saved on not spent on having that laundry picked up at about $20 a week. We're already at the point where I'm at about $70 saved. I paid
Great.
81, right? I paid 81.99 for that washer. Where I got a little bit, overage was that delivery. Other than that, I still come out winner chicken dinner because I was spending about $20 a week every week. That is a lot of money I'm saving every year. So I said, well, what else can I do? This is where our suggestions, like Steve, like you mentioned, going through your people going through their stuff, analyzing their habits. What could people do to save, to literally save or keep or reallocate to something else? I'll give you the example. I was spending, Steve, the water went up by me. I love spring water. I mention it hands down.
Hmm.
I make no bones about it. For years and years and years, I've always been drinking spring water. And at one time, I was economical about 3 years back, and I did the Brita thing. And then for some reason or another, I didn't do it as much and slipped into my old habits. But now that the prices of things aren't the greatest yet, hopefully one day it'll get a little better. But I don't personally believe so, but I'm hoping so because I'm always an optimist. But I said, there's something I could do about this, Steve. I'm spending $8 and change a week on bottled water because I would always get the 24 pack of 16-ounce bottle of spring water. Then I said, well, let me find a way to reduce it. And then I was getting the jugs, which was, believe it or not, getting the jugs cut that in half. That was very helpful. But I said, what can I do to even get it further? So I did the math. And by doing the Brita again, now this picture is slightly different, Steve. The other one that I had was bigger on purpose. I got the 6-cup one. Why did I do that? For space saving my refrigerator. Because the other one was taking up a lot of refrigerator real estate and a little heavy to pull out all the time. I said, for my needs, on average, I would drink about 6 cups a day. So I know my needs. I know
Yeah.
my needs. So if I want to be picky about water, guess what? I also advise to myself that I could take, that kettle, that Hamilton Beach kettle that I love so much to heat up for drinking tea or coffee, instant coffee. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to take the tap water. I'm going to put it in that kettle, let it heat up like as if it's boiling. Then when that's cooled down, then I will put that in the pitcher. So I am double checking for assuredness that it's going to taste way better and put it in the refrigerator and clean out a lot of contaminants.
Yeah.
So this is an incredible savings. Will I still keep some jugs of water for an emergency? You better believe I will, because we don't know if there's a water main break and I'm cut out. But just imagine, Steve, $40 a month saved, $80 a month I'm saving now, or reallocating, or whatever I want to do. $80 saved monthly on the laundry, $40 a month saved because of a change in the water status. I am now saving $120 a month. Steve, look at it this way. Let's suppose somebody makes $10 an hour, $12 an hour somewhere. It would take that person 10 hours of hard labor, perhaps,
Hmm.
to earn that 120. I didn't do anything. It's all very effortless for me.
Yeah.
Effortless. The bottom line, Steve, is everyone's circumstances are different. What might work for me may not work for you, but examine in
Yeah.
your own personal life. What can you do to stop some of that wallet leaking and add it up, not by just the week, but by the months or the year? Because you
You're.
pointed that out a few minutes ago, too, which
Yeah.
was great, you
I
know?
did. Yeah. No, I know. Well, look at it this way. You've already saved 70, you paid 81. So all you need to do as soon as you make another $11, you just paid for that washing machine.
Unbelievable.
So
And this,
you're
yeah,
so you're almost at a break-even point already. And
yes,
I know what you're talking about. Well, this is called a percolator. As maybe
yes,
I got this for Christmas back in 2018.
that's beautiful.
And as we all know, those that are coffee drinkers knows that it makes the best coffee in the world.
Oh,
It surpasses any coffee maker in this world, even. And I've drank coffee out of some pretty expensive coffee makers like a Bun. Well, you're going to notice that from going to a
that's a
restaurant.
fancy one from the restaurants.
Fancy,
Yes.
but you can buy them for the home too. I mean, it'll brew a pot in 3 minutes. But I've had decent Cuisinart coffee makers. So but I still like good old fashioned percolator.
Yes.
Um, but I do have, you know, one other tip, and I know exactly what the electric kettle looks like, and you could probably do the same thing with this, filling it up with water. But my last but not least tip is this right here: cut out certain foods from your grocery list. Okay,
Oh,
for example, all right, I like a type of water called Spindrift. In fact, I've done a review on it for those that may like sparkling water. Spindrift is one of those types of water. Matter of fact, I had a partial can left over this morning. I left here about 9:30 to go to an ear appointment. I came back about 11:10. When I took the last few sips, the fizz in the can was still there. Now, it's about $14, $15 for 24 cans, but if you go back and get the brand LaCroix, you can get 24 cans for about 9.50. So you save $5, $6.
that's a lot of savings.
Right. It's still good water. I'm not griping about LaCroix. I still like it. Polar is another one I like as well. But do you have to have ribeye steak? No. You can cut back and do sirloin instead.
That's right.
If you know what you're doing with a steak, marinate, do this, do that. In fact, you could even make it turn out just as well as the ribeye in tenderness, if not better, if you know little tips and tricks about marinating. Just thought I would throw that out there. But
I did something different. Speaking of groceries, cutting out certain foods does make a lot of sense, but also slowing down or cutting down. I'll give you an example with eggs. Normally, I was always a two egg kind of gal. Okay. Always two, two, two. Guess what? Starting this past week, I've been doing now a one egg sandwich, a one egg omelet. I'll throw in maybe more vegetables or like that, like crumbled up bacon, the real bacon
yeah.
crumbled up into it.
Mhm.
It's about flavor. It's about flavor. So I said, you know something, this slows it down a lot. Instead of me needing 4 dozen eggs per month, I only need two. Does it add up? Yes.
Yeah.
Tiny changes. Steve, really the whole theme of your show, and it's a really good show. And really consider this, folks. Tiny changes can equal big savings. Tiny changes.
Yeah. Uh, there's no, yeah, you don't have to, oh, I got to make a change. I got to go all in. No, be subtle about it.
Yes.
a lot of people think, oh, I got to make the change. I got to do it right now. Well, you do, but, you know,
Try it out. Try your toe in the water. Can you survive with a 1 egg omelet? Just try it. Can you increase some inexpensive fruit or vegetable to go with it to fill you up? No one's saying go hungry. No one is saying
no,
that. Can you
no.
get a piece of cheese and put it on there and bump up the protein because you have some extra sliced cheese? You could
As a
do it.
as a matter of fact, I don't know of anybody. You mentioned one egg. All you got to do is get a couple pieces of bread, put, if you want a little mayo or a little something on it. You mentioned the cheese. You can take one fried egg, put it on the bread,
Yeah.
your cheese melted, and put the other piece on top. Not only are you bump up the protein about 5 or 6 grams, plus you are also getting your carbs,
Yes.
which you don't want to exactly leave that out of the equation.
No.
So, and if you do a fried egg omelet up just right, it'll fill you up. Now, if you want to bump it up another level still, um, you might be able to come across some sausage, maybe just
Yeah.
a thought, and then put that on there. You know,
Exactly.
so there are ways, and there are ways, that you can cut back and still have great meals.
Make a game out of it. Make it a fun challenge. Don't embrace these little savings with dread. Oh, I gotta have 1 egg. I look at it this way. I wanted to see, would I survive being a 2 egg person most of my life? Let me try this with the rule of half. I believe in the rule of half. It is really a saver. Certain things, okay? I believe in making a half a box of cake mix. I've done it.
Yeah.
I don't need 24 cupcakes. When you're a family of one or even two, do you really need 24, count them,
No.
24 cupcakes? Not really. Not really. So
Mm-mm.
have fun with it. Just, see ways. I love this show because I love your encouraging folks to find those ways. We could find those ways.
Right. So all of you out there, I'm glad that I happened to think of this, because I thought of this particular topic, well, almost last minute, because for those of you though that know, Thursday I did not put up a video because I knew I was going to be on with you and JB that evening.
Yeah.
But this was my topic subject that I would have done Thursday if I would have had something go up around 1. So I figure, hey, why not just take the content and move it to another day?
Yeah.
That's really what I did. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, Jan, thanks for stopping by. I'm glad we could all, every
Thanks for having me. It's
talk
always a
about.
pleasure to be here.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. And you know, th- and I enjoy us being on every Saturday, and I know the subscribers love us too. So,
Well, we
you know,
love them back.
right. So, anyway, all of you, as you all know, be on the lookout. I've got stuff coming up next week, as always. And then, Jan, Monday through Friday, you've got your audio show at 5 a.m., Monday
Yes.
through Friday. And then on Sunday, where you are on camera, you've got your
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon
Oh, I
chat.
got a doozy coming up on Sunday afternoon,
Oh,
tomorrow.
do you?
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Do you? Okay. All right. So be on the lookout for that. Just want to thank all of you for tuning in this afternoon. And, I hope all of you have a great rest of your day. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.